types of visas and administers a half-dozen guest worker programs right now. As the Senate considers expanding the guest worker programs, critics fear it will only offer employers even greater incentive to bypass American workers in favor of cheap foreign labor, further driving down wages and working conditions for Americans. Christine Romans has our story.
There are a half-dozen guest worker programs meant to fill U.S. labor shortages with foreign labor. In this grainy seminar video posted on the file-sharing site YouTube, a Pittsburgh law firm on how to use loopholes to ensure foreign workers can get the jobs instead of Americans.
And our goal is clearly not to find a qualified and interested U.S. worker.
The Programmers Guild, a high-tech worker advocacy group, spliced together several minutes of footage, including an apparent how-to for meeting minimum requirements for advertising a job.
So certainly we are not going to try to find the place where the applicants are going to be the most numerous. We're going to try to find a place where, again, we're complying with the law and hoping and likely not to find qualified and interested worker applicants.
The seminar has since been removed. After repeated calls and emails, a spokeswoman for the law firm would only say the event was to educate their clients and would not confirm the substance of the seminar. It all comes as the debate over guest worker programs intensifies.
Quite frankly, we have evidence that a lot of companies are using H-1B skilled worker program for legal immigrants at the very same time that they could be hiring Americans.
Senator Grassley has long been concerned about H-1B visa abuse, and recent congressional testimony highlighted humanitarian concerns in the H-2A and H-2B programs.
You try to control one set of misuse in one category, and employers will just adapt and go to another visa category and start to misuse those.
He says employers are gaming the system, but advocates of guest worker programs say they are essential for the economy, especially in agriculture, where more legal slots are needed.
We're talking about bringing the workers that are coming in now illegally into the United States in a legal controlled program, and I think anybody and everybody would be in favor of that.
Fraud and abuse can be stopped, he says, if Congress allocates more resources and personnel. And now the Senate is considering revamping the entire system, giving Z visas for workers already in the country illegally and Y visas for those who want to come. But worker advocates fear a new system will only mean a new generation of loopholes, Lou.
I don't even know if we can call them loopholes. I mean, that's a pretty startling, straightforward statement that business and those who support business, the law firms and everyone else, they're just basically trying to screw the American worker. And to hear the Senate talking about its nonsense associated with this amnesty legislation. Couple of little facts that Bill Gates wanting unlimited H-1B visas, the president saying you've got to have a guest worker, the most tortured logic to come from the president's mouth, I think, is we can't secure a border without a guest worker program. No one can construct any kind of reason from that statement. But there are two facts that people keep forgetting. 7 out of 10 visa requests under the H-1B program come from Indian companies in the United States to provide employees to outsource to American companies and reduce wages. And the other little minor item, which is supposed to be high-skilled jobs, 4 out of 5 jobs under the H-1B program are level 1 jobs, not level 4, i.e. low-skilled jobs, not high-skilled jobs. I mean, these are Americans trying to screw American workers. And it's just as plain, straightforward. And can anyone convince any of us that the President of the United States and this Senate, with this sham amnesty program, isn't aware of these facts?
Senators Grassley and Dick Durbin have actually sent a letter to the government. They've been asking some hard questions about the H-1B program and fraud and trying to make sure that any kind of loopholes are closed. So we'll see how far they can get.
Durbin supporting amnesty. Grassley is opposed to it. So 50% shot of some reason prevailing, at least in that instance, perhaps higher if we see any kind of semblance of character and honesty in the Senate in the weeks ahead, days and weeks ahead. Christine, thanks for the illuminating report.